Hello Tiger fans, and welcome to Tiger TV.
This is Mike White with Coaches Talk. We're here today with the head football coach of the Ripley High School Tigers, Coach Justin Cruz. Coach, thanks for being with us.
Man, it's a pleasure to be here.
But Coach, got to start off by congratulating you on a great season so far, 6-2, and I think 4-1 in the district or in the region.
Yes, sir.
And so first of all, congratulations. It's a great accomplishment to have at this point in the season. And again, a big win 2 weeks ago Friday night. Congratulations on that win as well against St. Benedict's.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You know, we had a lot of players that got to play a lot. It seemed like we spread the ball around quite a bit and did a lot of things that that we were able to do because we had such a lead. So any elaboration you want to make on that?
Yeah, I think anytime going to a break, like a fall break, bye week, you want to put your best foot forward, and that way you kind of take some momentum into the break. You know, we had done some good things leading up into the previous games, and, you know, we felt like if we could come out and have a good showing and, you know, accomplish some goals as far as holding them to a total of points, which was none, and, you know, go out and score a certain number of points and try to get the game into a running clock early, that we would be successful. We were also able to get a lot of kids involved, like you said, which is awesome to have so many kids touching the ball and get more game experience on a Friday night under the lights. Had a good atmosphere for the seniors because it was senior night. You know, talking about being able to send the senior night group off with the, for sure, last home game, unless you handle some business the last couple weeks, is awesome. You know, you go 50-0 on your senior night. That's definitely something you'll remember. And a lot of those seniors did some good stuff in the game. And, just to mention, Marion had quite a couple touchdowns and runs. Talking about Connor Mooney was flying all over the field. At one point I thought he was making a tackle outside the numbers,
Absolutely.
which is huge for a kid that's his size.
Exactly.
And, the offensive lineman that blocked great, the Simpsons. Josh Hearn got him a touchdown. Had a great punt that landed inside the, I think, 5-yard line. Tanner Hendricks kicking the ball well, just like he has all year. And not to miss, Hayden Jennings was there. It was his first day back at school after his injury. He got to come to senior night and all that. And I thought senior night was a pretty big success as far as that goes, and helped us build some momentum going to the break.
Well, and again, last week was fall break, so the kids had some time off, and I know that gives you time to heal up some bumps and bruises, but it also gives you a little time off. And so getting back after the break, how's practice been this week?
Oh, it was good. We practiced a couple days over the break too. Came in at 7 in the morning, got some work, got a little head start on Covington. Stay stretched out, a little routine and whatnot. But we've had a really good week of practice. Kids have been really locked in and focused, and they've been flying around, a lot of energy. Had some chippiness at times, which is great going into a big rivalry game, because I think when you start to have that's when it shows it means a little more to you, and you're trying to simulate true game type atmosphere. And I commend all the kids, from the kids who are the starters that are playing a lot to the kids that are the scout teamers, because those kids get overlooked a lot just because they're not playing a lot on Friday most of the time. But there's nothing we can do on a Friday night without a good look on the scout team, and those kids really come out every week and do everything they can for us to get ready.
Well, Coach, you mentioned it, and of course, a lot riding on this week's game. A lot of different names for it. One of my favorite is the Hatchie River Rumble, and a lot of different names that it's gone by through the years. But obviously, a big rivalry game, but a lot of implications riding on this game, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of scenarios for playoff seeding because the way our stuff is falling. Us losing to Westview kind of put us in a pickle in a way, as far as controlling our own destiny the whole way out. But if you beat Covington, we're the only team left in the region that could still win the region championship, except for Dyersburg. It would take us to beat Covington, then beat Dyersburg. And then if we beat Covington, though, it puts us in a 3-way tie for second. And if Covington was to knock off Westview the following week, we would be the 2 seed at that point. If we fall to Covington, obviously we're going to fall down the pecking order and all that. It's just a lot of scenarios that play into it. So this is probably the biggest implications this game's had in a while.
And I believe the following week, don't Covington play Westview in week 10? So, yeah, everything in the last 2 weeks is really going to fall together, or we're going to find out exactly where we are. And, getting at least the opportunity at this point to host a home playoff game would be huge.
Yeah, I think, truthfully, looking at score schedules and common opponents, if you can find a way to win this one, I think the odds of you having at least the 2 seed is pretty good. But, it's obviously you'd have to have help at that point, which I hate having to depend on someone else. But, the first thing we got to do is take care of business this Friday, and then we'll go from there.
Well, tell me what we know about Covington other than the obvious, and what's typical for Covington.
Well, obviously, Coach Kirby runs a great program. I tell you all the time, I look up to what he's done with Covington and his time there, and obviously the tradition that Covington carries. And his teams are always very well coached, fast, physical. They're going to get after it. You're not going to play for 4 quarters. You're not going to play 1 half and beat them. That's not going to happen. Either one it is. Skyland Smith is their go-to guy. He's phenomenal in the backfield. He's fast. He makes great cuts, good reads. They find a way to get him the ball a lot of different ways. So you're definitely going to find him at all times. And then of course their defensive front obviously give you fits as well. But they're just a very good team. It's looking on film, there's not many holes.
Are we planning on anything different this week, or anything you want to say that we're planning on doing different this week or tonight, or as far as the game plan goes? Any new wrinkles or anything that you're putting in for Covington?
Well, we got some little things, but mostly we are who we are. Most of the stuff coincides with a lot of what we've been doing. We might have some things to eye candy some stuff, or maybe try to get some formations that help us out, maybe get an edge on something. But at this point in the season, you just got to start playing your best ball. And I told you I didn't felt like we had played it all the way to where we could. We've had some good moments, had some good quarters, good halves, whatever. But I think it's just important that what we've been preaching this week and trying to get to has been to put that whole game plan together as far as the offense and the defense playing off of each other. Being very explosive offensively, making the most out of every drive, and defensively being very hard to score on. So it's nothing really as far as new stuff. We'll have our little adjustments and whatnot in there. But at the end of the day, this is the type of game. It's just physicality. There's nowhere to hide. You're either physical or you're not, and the most physical team's going to win.
And, of course, they're always physical, and I actually watched a little bit of our practice this week, and it looked like we were getting after it a little bit, too. And so, I'm seeing that we're, kind of stepping up to that level and just preparing for a physical game.
Yeah, it means a lot to our kids, as far as, the rivalry game. Unfortunately, since I've been here, I very few times felt like I've made it much of a rivalry. So we're trying to do better at that. But I think our kids match up a lot better this year with their kids. What we've been able to do and what we're doing kind of puts some teams in a bind, maybe them too, if we can get them out of sorts and whatnot. But, I think the biggest thing is I think our defense has took a step forward this year as well. All those kids have been playing so many years, last couple, some freshmen, some sophomores, and now they've had that time and are now the older kids. And so now we're kind of seeing the reward of playing them young and taking our lumps. But they understand the game, understand how to adjust on defense throughout the game, become more savvy football players. And like I said, with them getting older and bigger and stronger, they're more physical. And that's what you got to have to be a dominant defense. And I think that's what we're becoming. And like I said, offensively, we're a step away, I feel like, from really taking off.
Well, I agree with you. And I think, first of all, congratulations for being the number 10 scoring all-time football team in Ripley during the regular season with 2 games left. And so, our defense has stepped up, but, our offense has stepped up quite a bit, too. I don't know how long it's been since we've had this good a record, this point in the season, and I know what the scoring is. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive points allowed has been so far versus some of the other teams.
We are the number 10 defense in the state in points allowed. We gave up 129 this year.
Okay, well, great. Well, that sounds like it makes for a good game to me. I watched only one part of one Covington game. Can't remember, it was a Thursday night game that they played, and I watched it. And Covington is Covington. They're solid. They're a good football team, well coached. But I've seen a lot of our games, and I think this is our year to have their number.
Yeah, I just gotta go out and execute on the field. Friday nights are funny things sometimes. So. And most, more importantly than that too, as well, I can't ask enough people to come out to the game.
Absolutely.
You talk about a game of this magnitude, this environment, our kids feed off the energy of the crowd. We've had great crowds all year. It's a short drive. I understand some of you might feel some type of way about giving money to Covington, but at the end of the day, the boys can use all the support they can get.
Absolutely, and we want to encourage everybody to come out and support the Ripley High School Tigers. Again, Coach, congratulations so far on what you've accomplished so far in the season, and good luck, and we'll see you on the sideline Friday night.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good evening, Tiger fans, and welcome to the live broadcast of Ripley High School football tonight. The Ripley Tigers travel across the Hatchie River to take on the Covington Chargers in a big District 7 3A matchup. Ripley 6-2 on the season, Covington 6-2 on the season, Ripley 4-1 in the region, Covington 4-1 in the region. So a lot of implications as far as seeding rest on this game. So we definitely have a great night of football lined up for you. We're flying solo tonight. Tracy Crazy Horse Henson is not in the building tonight. He'll be back next Friday night, so we will look forward to having him back. We're getting ready for the meeting of the captains. Captains for Ripley tonight will be number 8, Josh Hearn, number 2, Sammy Smith, number 55, Logan Simpson, and number 41, Big Old Pitts, Omarion. So those will be your captains. We've already had the invocation and the national anthem. So we are getting close to the Bank of Ripley coin toss. Got to give a shout out to Coach Kirby tonight. Of course, everybody knows he's the coach for Covington, but he's from Ripley. But he actually gave me and Steve Vickery both a call last Wednesday night to make sure we had the accommodations we needed and tell us where we would be. And so really appreciate his accommodations. Everybody knows he's a class act. And he and Coach Cruz are good friends, so A big rivalry, but a friendly rivalry, at least between the coaches. I'm not sure the fans or the players maybe see it as much friendly, but that's the way the coaches look at it. Our Ripley High School cheerleaders for this year are, the captains are Meg Coker and Reese White. The cheerleaders include Kaylee Etheridge, Shamaya Hayes, Marley Heath, Annabeth Macy, Demaya Taylor, Aisha Body, Rhett White, Lanny Woodard, Linda Burnham, Cheyenne Fitzhugh, Allie Henderson, Julia Manley, Kaylee Pittman, Dorina Robbins, Regan Conrad, Emerson Heath, Carly Hutchins, Zoe Latham, Emerson Payton, and Briley Ray, coached by Coach Bailey Ream. Thank you so much for all they do for the Ripley Tigers. Covington and Ripley both lined up in the north end zone, getting ready to come out. Covington's got their purple tunnel with the Chargers written down the side in gold. Tonight, Ripley in all white. The only thing purple on them is the numbers, and the logos and the stripe on the helmet and the face mask. Everything else is all white as far as I can see. Tonight, we will, got a text, I lost my train of thought. We just had the captains out. Let's see, it looks like that Covington has won the toss, and they're going to receive the ball, so they're going to take the ball first. Wanted to let you know tonight, if you're watching the game or whenever you watch it, tonight the camera for Tiger TV is actually set up on the visitor side, and I am on the home side, so when I say it goes right or left, it's probably going to look the opposite to you because the vantage point is a little different, but we'll do our best to accommodate that as best we can throughout the game. All right, here come the Covington Chargers out onto the field. And now here come the Ripley Tigers. They do have a purple stripe down the side of their pant. A lot of pink tonight, as it's still breast awareness month, breast cancer awareness month. So a lot of pink socks and gloves and things like that for both teams. Always glad to see that. So Covington is going to take the ball. Ripley has a really good defense this year. As a matter of fact, got some stats on that. And let's see if I can find those stats that I had saved. There we go. Ripley is on their defense is number 9 in the state in 3A in points allowed. They've allowed 129 points so far this season. Their offense, Ripley's offense, is number 6, scoring 288 points so far this year. So Ripley's got to play defense. They've obviously got to start out that way. And I know everybody knows we need a 3 and out quickly. The starting defense for the Tigers are going to be defensive end, number 56, Will Rose. He's a junior. Nose guard, 92, Connor Mooney, a senior. Defensive end, number 63, Jonathan Holcomb, a sophomore. Outside linebackers, number 2, Sammy Smith, a junior. Outside linebacker, number 7, Austin Thompson, the third. Middle linebacker, Mason DeLoach, he's a junior. Middle linebacker, 41, Omarion Pitts. We'll get with the rest of them right after the kickoff, as it's kickoff time in Tiger Town. It's a kick. It's going to be a fair catch call for right at the 31-yard line. So that will be where Covington will go to work, 1st and 10. Corner, number 11, J.Q. Hurdle, a junior. Corner, number 35, Shamar Hayes, a senior. Safety, number 8, Josh Hearn, a senior. And safety, number 1, Marjay Barbie, a junior. All right, we are set up. They've got the ball set at the 33-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Or check that for Chargers. They'll send one wide to the right, and they'll have a wing to the left, and the quarterback's under center with a split backfield. They hand the ball to the running back going off the left side. He hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Let's see, one of the first ones there was Big Old Pitts, and also number 1, Marjay Barbie. I think we're both there. They pick up about a yard. We'll call it 2. It looks like a little less than 2. But it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Chargers as they break the huddle and head to the line. Same set. One wide right, wing to the left, split backfield. And the ball to the running back going up the middle, and he picks up a few out to around the 40-yard line, and they're going to spot it at the 41, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and around 2, between 2 and 3 for the Chargers. The Ripley defense so far standing pretty tall. Bend but don't break, and this will be a big play here for the Tigers if we can get them in a 4th down and put them in a punting situations. Same formation for the Chargers. Quarterback under center. Takes a snap, hands it to the running back going off the right side. He's in the secondary. He is going to be hard to stop. He's got one man to beat, and that's RJ Barbie, and he steps out of bounds inside the 20. Rips off a long one there against the Tigers. He got through that initial front of the Tigers line and burst into the secondary, and he was quick. They're going to say he's going to be 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. So the Chargers in the red zone, knocking at the door. The Tigers need to turn them away. This time, the Chargers will send one wide to the left, wing to the right, split backfield. Man in motion. They hand the ball to the running back going off the right side, and he twists forward for a yard or 2. Gets across the 10. This will be a pickup of about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Ball at the 9-yard line. One wide out to the right for the Chargers. Wing to the left. And hand the ball to fullback going right up the gut. He runs into a pride of Tigers. He may have picked up a yard. He may not have. Hard to tell from this angle. I think they're going to say he picks up about a yard. So it'll be 3rd and about 7 for the Chargers. They can get a 1st down without getting a touchdown. They send one wide to the left, wing to the right. Quarterback still under center with a split backfield. Puts his wing in motion, and the quarterback's a toss sweep going, trying to get outside, and he's wrapped up by the Tigers behind the line of scrimmage. So it's going to bring up 4th down and long as the field goal unit's going to come on. And so if we can hold them to a field goal after that long run, that'll be a win for the Tigers. Got to watch for a fake here. You know, we all know Coach Kirby. He'll pull out all the stops to win a ball game, and Coach Cruz will too. So this is a big 4th down play for the Chargers. Hopefully we can block it. Snap, hold, kick up, and I don't think it was good. No good. No good. They missed it wide to the left. So the Tigers turn the Chargers away on their first offensive series. Ripley will get the ball at their own 20-yard line to start their first offensive series. So Ripley's starting offense tonight at left tackle, number 54, Keenan King. He's a sophomore. Left guard, 55, Logan Simpson, a senior. Back to live action. 2 wide to the left, 2 to the right. Hearn in motion. Smith takes a snap. He's going to run himself off the right side. He breaks a couple of tackles and picks up 2 or 3 yards. Well, it looks like he picked up about 4. So it'll be 2nd down 6. Let's see, center is 72, Dalton Wilson. He's a junior. Right guard, 57, Morgan Simpson, a senior. Right tackle, 76, John Baines. He's a junior. Slot and wide receiver, number 11, J.Q. Hurdle. Slot wide out, number 8, Josh Hearn. Back to live action, 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Omarion goes in motion. He'll be split now, 4 split out to the left. Drop straight back, wanting to know. Smith looking down the field. He's got a man. It's complete to Hearn out across the 40, down to up to about the 43-yard line. So a huge first down for the Tigers. That is a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down, and that coin toss again brought to you by Bank of Ripley. Ripley hustles up on the ball. They've got 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line. And they hand the ball off to the running back, starts outside, breaks it back inside, and he's not got anywhere to go as he runs into a crowd. That was number 43 for the Tigers, which is Art Alford. And he is, let's see where they're going to spot the ball. Looks like it's going to be for no gain. Well, now evidently it's a penalty, holding against Ripley. So that will back us up 5 yards. That penalty brought to you by Clint Conrad, Southern Roofing and Renovations in Dyersburg, Tennessee. All right, so that backs us up 10 more, so it's going to be 1st and 20 for the Ripley Tigers. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. Smith takes a snap, drops straight back, looking to throw. Now it's just like a quarterback draw as he tries to run up the middle. He picked up a few yards, but then he ran into the linebacker. The linebacker stayed home. He gets back to the 40, so he only picks up a yard or 2. So it's going to be 2nd down and around 18 for the Ripley Tigers. The other slot was J.Q. Hurdle and then Josh Hearn. Wide receiver, we get back to that after live action. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Smith rolls to his right, looking to throw. Looking, throwing downfield and overthrows number 8, Josh Hearn, that falls incomplete, bringing up 3rd down. About 19 according to the scoreboard. Let's see, Mar J. Barbie, wide receiver, a junior. Number 32, Mason DeLoach, a junior. At wide receiver, running back number 43, Artorius Alford, a junior, and quarterback number 2, Sammy Smith, a junior. 2 wide to either side now for the Tigers. Drops straight back, wanting to throw, flushed out of the pocket, rolls to his right, looking to throw, now he's going to pull it down and run. He's going to run and be pushed out of bounds at right across the 40-yard line, and 2 or 3 flags come out, and that's going to be against Covington. And I wasn't sure who it was against, but if you can see Coach Kirby on the sideline, you can tell that it was against them. And not sure what it was. I think it was maybe a late hit out of bounds. Coach Kirby not happy about it, though. It should move the ball up for the Tigers, and depending on the call, whether it'll be an automatic 1st down or not. Personal foul against Covington. So that will give the Ripley Tigers an automatic 1st down. And we'll move the ball across the 50 all the way down to the Charger 43-yard line. So that's another Farm Bureau Insurance for Ripley Tiger down. Ripley has 2 wide to the right, 2 wide to the left. 1 running back to the quarterback's right. Smith puts Hearn in motion. Smith takes a snap, going to run himself off the right side. He breaks into the secondary and picks up about 7 off the right side. Not enough for a 1st down, but it definitely makes a lot more 2nd. So he picks up, right at 7, so it'll be 2nd down 3 for Ripley. 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Smith takes a snap, hands it to the running back, trying to get outside. He runs up through the middle, and he probably picked up a yard. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 2. The ball is going to be spotted right at the 35-yard line. So big 3rd down play for the Ripley Tigers. That penalty again brought to you by Clint Conrad, Southern Roofing and Renovations out of Dyersburg. 2 wide left, 2 wide to the right. Smith takes a snap. And he runs off the right side, but he doesn't. If he gets back to the line of scrimmage, that's about it. So it's going to be 4th and about 2 for the Ripley Tigers. Well, they say he loses a yard, so it's going to be 4th and 3. Ripley's offense staying on the field. Gutsy called here by Coach Cruz. But we know he'll do things like that. Got to take some chances to win. We may try to pull them off. Let's see what the Tigers do. 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. He drops straight back, looking to throw, and it's a wrong pass downfield, and it's going to be intercepted. No, it's dropped. And I wish he had intercepted it because the ball would have been down at about the 1 yard line. Excuse me. The ball will go over on downs, so both teams on their first offensive series come up with no points. So the Chargers will have the ball at their own 35.5 yard line, 1st down and 10. 5:15 to go, opening quarter, no score for Ripley at Covington. Everybody in tight. They hand the ball to running back going right off right tackle, and he pushes forward for about 4, up to about the 45 yard line. That's going to be a 4 yard pickup. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Tigers. Or check that for the Chargers. I don't have a crazy horse here keeping me straight tonight. All right, here come the Chargers. 2nd down and 6. 1 wide out to the right. Everybody else in tight. And there's going to be, should be a little illegal procedure. Well, they're saying it's offsides against Ripley. So that will give them 5 yards and make it 2nd and about 1 or 2. I didn't see us jump off. I saw several people from the offense jump, but they must have been drawn off. So it's going to bring it 2nd and 1. Ball, nose of the ball right at the 45 yard line. Wide right, wing right. And they hand the ball to running back going up. He's at the secondary level. And he gets the 1st down. He crosses the 50 and gets to the 48 yard line. So it'll be a 1st down for the Covington Chargers. And the Chargers back up to the line, 1st down and 10. Wide right, or wide left, wing left. And the ball to running back going off left tackle. He makes a great spin move and falls forward. And did he fumble the ball? I guess not. A lot of excitement on the Ripley sideline. Thought maybe he had fumbled the ball, and maybe he did. And he did. So Ripley Tigers get that turnover. That's a turnover brought to you by Ripley Parts and Tire. And so the Ripley has new life brought into them, or breathed into them, because of a fumble by Covington. Ripley will have the ball now, 1st and 10 at their own about 40 yard line, as the Ripley offense goes back out on the field. Again, no score. 3:52 to go in the 1st. Ripley will have 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. Smith takes a high snap. He hands it off to Barbie. He gets eat up at the line of scrimmage. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Probably going to lose a yard on that play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Also, we want to thank all the people and the businesses that generously helped raise money for new cheerleader uniforms this year, and we'll get those as time allows. 2 wide to either side for the Tigers. Still in the gun. Hearn in motion. He moves from right to left. Smith takes a snap, rolls to his left, looking to throw. Now he's going to pull it down. He's going to run it. He's got a little room. He crosses the 45 and out to about the 46 yard line. Almost the 46. So a nice pickup. It's going to bring up still 3rd down and about 4 for Ripley at their own 46 yard line. 3 wide left, 1 to the right. Quarterback takes a snap, looking to throw. He throws it complete to Hearn. He's got the first down. He breaks a tackle and another tackle. He's still on his feet, pushes forward, and still on his feet across the 45 down to the 44-yard line. So that is a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down. The ones that helped the cheerleaders this year are Lane's Flooring, Helena Chemicals, Smoker Friendly, Bank of Ripley, Cannell's Body Shop, Keeley Bonding Company, Unique Properties, Mott's Flower Shop, Bees Waffles, back to live action, Man in Motion, 2 wide to either side, 1 switches from the left to the right. Quarterback's going to run it himself, going right up the gut, and he's going to pick up about 3. He's big enough he can push a pile, but that was a big pile. Let's see, Farmer's Home Furniture, Thornton's Tax Service, Dr. Brooks Family Optometry, Royal Hair Salon, Fish's Wing Shack, Harper's Eye Care, Thompson's Mortuary, Kreiner's Furniture, Chisholm Lake Store, First Citizens National Bank, Farm Bureau, Marvin Windows, Komatsu, Southern Roofing and Renovation, back to live action. It's a swing pass out and it falls incomplete. It was intended for hurdle. Also, let's see, Southern Roofing and Renovations, Komatsu, and Tiger Wash. So thanks to all the folks that helped provide new uniforms for the cheerleaders this year. They look outstanding. We got 1:41 to go in the first. No score. Ripley with a 3rd and 8 at the Charger 43. Check that 42. Smith wants to throw. Drops straight back. Got time. Rolls flush out of the pocket. Now he's rolling. He's rolling one way, back the other way. And he's going to throw it downfield. And went through one of the defender's hands and almost came down into Hurdle's hands, but it falls incomplete. So it'll bring up a punting situation. Let's see. Yeah. Punting. Down and looking at the sticks, about 5. Covington at their own 36-yard line. 2nd down. Wide out left. Wing right. And it's a toss sweep coming to the near sideline. He's got a big hole. He bursts through it. And he's got the first down as he crosses the 45 out to the 46-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10 Chargers. Again, this is a lot of different names for this game. I think the old school name was the Hatchie River Rivalry. Mr. Jimmy Hill told me before the game he thought Don Parrish and Jerry Little came up with that probably maybe back in the 60s, and it's just been added to since then. One wide to the left, wing to the right. And they hand the ball. No, he fakes the handoff, wants to throw it. Now he's dropping back. He's got to throw it away because he was under heavy pressure from number 56 of the Tigers. That was Will Rose. As he puts a lot of pressure on him, makes him throw it away. It'll be 2nd down and 10. So it's been a defensive battle so far. Tigers, have gotten a turnover, and they definitely need another one. Wide left. Man in motion. And they hand the ball to the running back going off the right side, and he picks up about 6 going off the right side. So it's going to be 3rd and 4 for the Chargers, as they are at the Tiger 47-yard line. Wide left, wing right. Tried to pull the Tigers off. He didn't jump. The referee, the quarterback can't be the referee too. Tried to pull us off, didn't work. And the ball to running back, and he's eat up by Big Mooney, the one-man gang behind the line of scrimmage. And I tell you what, Ripley's got a great crowd over there tonight. They've got the visitor side almost full, and the crowd went crazy on that play as Big old Mooney catches him in the backfield. It looks like the Chargers are going to go for it, but he loses 2 or 3 yards. It's going to be 4th down and about 6 for the Chargers, as the quarterback's going to come over and have a word with Coach Kirby. And they're going to call a timeout and talk about it. But with their timeout, we'll take a 30-second timeout and be back right after this. 4th and about 5 for the Chargers as they line up to go for it. Ball at the Tiger 47-yard line. Quarterback's a toss sweep coming this way. Let's see if the Tigers can hold them. And they do not. They break through, gets a 1st down, and is still on his feet and finally brought down by Hearn down at the 33-yard line. So they come through with it and pick up the 1st down. We say all the time, bend but don't break. One wide to the right. Wing to the left. Split backfield, quarterback under center. Takes a snap, hands it to the running back. He's got some room off of left guard, and he picks up right enough for another 1st down. Picks up about 11. They're clipping off a few yards on us now. We've got to figure out what we got to do to stop that. I don't know if the linebackers are not scraping or they're getting blocked or exactly what, but it will be another 1st down for the Chargers. It's like the ball's at about the 23-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. Chargers send one wide to the right. Quarterback takes a snap, hands the ball to the running back, going off the left tackle, and he picks up down to about the 15-yard line. So a nice 6 or 7 yard run, and a flag comes out late. And I believe that's going to be against Ripley. Hopefully not, but that's what Covington players are indicating. Well, I think that was unsportsmanlike. I didn't catch the whole signal, but if it is, and that seems to be the case, it's half the distance to the goal, so that puts the ball at about the 8-yard line, where it'll be 1st and goal for the Chargers. Early in the 2nd quarter, no score. Good time for a turnover. It's always a good time for a turnover, though, when it's not us. All right, 1st and goal. One wide to the right. Everybody else in tight. Wing left. Wing man in motion. And they hand it to the running back going right off tackle, and he goes into the end zone. With 8:09 to go in the second quarter, Covington draws first blood as they are up 6-0 as we get ready for the extra point conversion. You can hear the fireworks going off. All right, PAT team is out. Here's a snap, hold, the kick is up, and it's no good. So the score will remain 6-0. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back with the kickoff right after this. We are back as we get ready for the kickoff. Covington scores and misses their extra point conversion. So they lead the Ripley Tigers now by the score of 6-0. Getting ready to kick off to the Tigers. And here we go. Here's the kick. And it's a long, well, not a long, a short end-over-end kick taken by Hearn at the 28-yard line. So Ripley with decent field position to start this next offensive series. As I was saying earlier, a lot of different names this game goes by. I think Jimmy Hill told me that he first heard the term from Jerry Littles and Don Parrish, where they did the radio for years and years. A lot of names have come out of that. It started out the Hatchie River Rivalry. I've kind of begun to call it the Hatchie Bottom Brawl or the Hatchie River Rumble. All right, here come the Tigers. Two wide to each side. Man in motion from left to right. It's hard. Quarterback's going to take the ball. He's going to hand it off to Barbie. He breaks in the secondary and just trips up after he picks up the first down. That's a Bank Tennessee. Or check that. That is a Farm Bureau insurance, and Ripley has an injured player. That's going to be one of the Simpsons, number 57. But he's going to stay out there. He's tough as a pine knot. That's Morgan. And that was enough for a first down. It moves the ball out to the 41-yard line, and Simpson will have to come out, and taking his place will be number 56, Will Rose. We don't need to lose any of those Simpson boys. All right, here we go. Hearn and the look to the right, and two wide to the left. Hearn in motion from right to left. Quarterback's going to take a snap, and he's going to be eat up before he gets back to the line of scrimmage. We're going to say he loses about a yard back to the 40. It'll make it second down and 11 from the 40-yard line for the Ripley Tigers. 7:28 to go until halftime. Covington on top, 6-0. Tigers will send three wide to the right. That'll be Hearn, Hurdle, and Deloach, and one to the left. Quarterback drops straight back. Now he rolls to his right. We're looking to throw, looking downfield, He flag came out. No, that wasn't. Yeah, there was a flag. Not sure what that flag is. A hold against Ripley. Ooh, we're going backwards now. Bad enough it's an incomplete pass, but we don't need to help them. And I think Coach Kirby is going to decline it. We're waiting for the call. It is declined. Holding against Ripley, declined. They're going to take the play instead of the penalty. So that makes it third down and about 11. Instead of second down and 16, it's third and 11. Coach Kirby didn't want to give us another shot. He wants to give us one, not two. Two wide to either side. Barbie in motion. He switches from left to the right. Smith wants to throw. He's got a man coming at him. He's throwing long downfield. He's got a man, but he lands in between two. I'm not sure it was intended for Hurdle or Hearn, but it kind of in between both of them. So it will bring up fourth down and 11 and a punting situation for the Tigers. 6:58 to go until halftime.
Ripley will punt the ball away. Hearn, as always, punting for the Tigers, doing a fantastic job. He's done a great job all year. He's done a good job tonight getting the ball away a couple of times. Yeah, good snap, good punt, and good coverage. Hearn will stand back at his 25, and the ball bounces back to him, and he does a really good job of getting it away and puts it over almost everybody's head, and it takes a great Ripley roll, still rolling. It rolls down inside the 15 to about the 12-yard line, maybe 13. Hard to tell from this angle. At 13 is what the announcer said. We'll go with him. Most everybody else has spotters and folks to help them out. We're just flying solo here, so we'll go with some of the information we get from people who have more help than we do. All right, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Chargers. They're going to have the ball at their own 13-yard line, 1st down and 10, and they have the lead 6-0. Everybody in tight, one wide to the right. They hand the ball. Oh, a big hole right up the middle, and he gets out to about the 21-yard line. So a pickup of 8 on the play. It'll make it 2nd down and 2. It was a huge hole that opened up on that offensive left side. Chargers break the huddle. They send one wide to the left. Wing to the right. Quarterback still under center with a split backfield. And he's going to hand it to the running back going right off right tackle. He doesn't pick up much, but he's enough for the 1st down as he gets out to about the 24-yard line. And that's just about where he needed to get. So it'll be another 1st down for the Covington Chargers. The ball spotted the nose of it right at the 25. Chargers again, same formation, one wide to the left, except for the wing will be to the left this side also. And the ball comes this way. And a good tackle there after a short gain. Number 41, Omarion Pitts, hits him after about a 3-yard gain. Ball out to the 28-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 8. One wide to the right. Man in motion. Hand the ball to running back going off the right side again, and he might have picked up a yard out to maybe 1.5 yards. Looks like he's going to be around the 30-yard line. Simpson on the tackle. He picks up about 3, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 4. Obviously need a stop here. Need to get a stop and get the ball back again before halftime and try to knock this thing up or take the lead. Wide out to the left, wing to the left. Sweep coming this way. And they did a good job of blocking it. He picked up the 1st down as he gets out to the 40. But that's enough to move the chains. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Chargers. 4:29 to go until halftime. Covington 6, Ripley 0. Wide right, wing left. Wing in motion. They hand the ball. No, the quarterback fakes the handoff, throws a little flare pattern. It's complete and brought down after maybe a yard pickup by number 2, Smith, and number, who else? 32. So that's Smith and DeLoach on the tackle. Loach looked like he got hit in the hand or the hip or something. Kind of favoring it a little bit, but he's another one tough as a pine knot. You about have to carry him off the field to get him off. Wide right, wing left. And going right up the gut for about 4. Right out to the 45-yard line. where it'll be 3rd and 5. Also got to mention the Ripley Tiger family lost a great athlete in the last few days. Funeral is tomorrow. Jim Hickman Jr., great friend, great person, comes from a great family, and our prayers and sympathy go out to his family. Wide left, wing left. Toss sweep coming this way. He cuts it up. He's brought down short, about a yard short. So it's going to bring up another decision time for Coach Kirby. It's going to be 4th and 1, and I can just about imagine he'll go for it. Be a great time for a big stop. Of course, they'll probably try to pull us off as well. 4th and 1, ball at the 49-yard line of the Chargers, just shy of the midfield stripe. Wide left, wing right. And so Ripley's going to call a timeout. With their timeout, we'll take it with them and be back in 30 seconds. 4th and 1 for the Chargers. After a Ripley timeout. So both teams head back out to the field. Ball on the near hash mark, near side of the Covington home side of the stadium. Don't want to jump off, but we definitely got to be aggressive. Everybody in tight for the Ripley Tigers. They hand the ball to the running back, and he runs into a crowd. He squeezes through and just makes it by a yard or so. But he does make it. He actually makes it. He had to get to the 50. He gained down to the 47-yard line. So he picks up 4, needed 1. So the Chargers back up over the ball. Wide left, wing left. And the quarterback wants to throw. He's looking downfield. He's throwing long. He's got a man. And he overthrows him. He didn't really overthrow him much. I don't know that the receiver ever turned back to look. He had decent coverage on him, but he was in a position where I think he could have caught the ball, but it kind of came over his head, and he never got turned around for it, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. As I was saying, Jim Hickman Jr. passed away, and his funeral is tomorrow at noon at Hurricane Hill Methodist Church. So keep his family in your prayers. Wide out to the right, wing to the right. Quarterback takes a snap. He handed down a misdirection play going to number 7 off the right side, and he picks up about 6 or 7 going off the right side. And number 7, the ball carrier, he's shaken up. He's going to have to be helped off the field, or at least he's going to have to come off. He's hobbling off, so he's still not able to get off the field. I think he and number 9 are the kind of 2 big players on the offensive side. Looks like maybe his ankle. We hope it's nothing much. Don't want to see any young man get injured. According to the sticks now, it's going to be 3rd and 5. Ball is at the 43-yard line. The Tigers will get a big stop here, put them in a situation where they'd have to really think about going forward on 4th and long. All right, now the Chargers break the huddle. They'll send wide out to the right. A wing to the left. Quarterback takes a snap. He hands to the running back. And he's hit hard, and he actually was hit hard by Omarion right at the line of scrimmage, but he gets out of that tackle and moves down a couple more yards to make it 4th again and 1. So the Chargers lined up to go for it. It's actually less than 1 according to the sticks on the far side. They'll have wide out to the right. Wing to the left. Split backfield. Quarterback under center. Puts a man in motion. And hand the ball to the running back going right up the gut. He's got the 1st down. He was tripped up by Mooney. Mooney took a big old paw out there and was able to trip him, but not until he picked up the 1st down. So that will give the Chargers a new set of downs. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the Tiger We'll see. I think the Tigers call a timeout. So we'll take a 30-second timeout with them and be back right after this. First down and 10 for the Chargers. They'll have the ball at the Tiger 33-yard line. 4 minutes, 17 seconds to go in the first half. Chargers lead 6-0. Wide left, wing left. Split backfield, quarterback under center. Man in motion. It's a throwback to the quarterback, and it's like a halfback type. The quarterback's going to throw it, and he throws it long downfield, and it's caught for a touchdown. As the Tigers bit in, what they did, they hand the ball to the running back. He started to the right. He turned around and threw it back to the quarterback, and then the quarterback throws it downfield, and we just lost him in traffic. And so they pick up a touchdown off of kind of a little trickery there. But it worked enough for them to get a touchdown. And I wasn't sure. He ran a long way before he threw the ball. I wasn't sure if he crossed the line of scrimmage before he threw the pass. Evidently he didn't. Covington takes a timeout, so we'll take it with them and be back right after this. 3:18 to go until halftime. Covington on top, 12-0, as they get ready for their extra point or 2-point conversion. We'll see what they're going to look like. They're going to go for a 2-point conversion and try to make up for the one that they missed before. They'll send the wide out to the left. Wing will be to the left. And so they're going for it. And it's a toss sweep coming this way, and it gets in. So now the Chargers lead 14-0 with 3:18 to go in the first half. Ripley will get the ball, remember, to start the second half, but we'll take a 30-second timeout and be back with the kickoff right after this. The Chargers on top of the Tigers 14-0 as they get ready to kick off. It's 3:18 to go in the first half. Ripley hasn't played bad. They've just had a couple of plays they let down on, and that's, with a good team, that's all it takes. And here's the kick. And it's a relatively medium kick. It's going to hit it to 20 and be picked up. And Ripley does not handle it cleanly, and Covington gets back on the ball at the 20-yard line. Ripley, the ball was kicked in front of the intended return man, and it hit his hands and then bounced in front of him, and he couldn't get back on it before the Chargers get the ball. So now the Chargers have the ball at the 24-yard line, first down and 10 of the Tigers. Very costly turnover there for the Ripley Tigers. That turnover brought to you by Ripley Parts and Tire. So the Chargers back in business. Try to get you a few updates as they become available. Chargers wing left, wide left. And the quarterback wanting to throw, drops straight back. He throws a long pass over the outstretched arms of the intended receiver, so it falls incomplete. So it'll be second down and 10. Trying to get you a few updates, as not many people have posted those yet. Dyer County 7, O'Brien 7. 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Huntington 21-0 over Camden in the first. Covington to the line. Quarterback's tossing. It's a sweep coming to the near side and brought down, or actually hit first by Omarion and cleaned up by AT3. Dresden 28-6 over Gleason in the first. Oh, it's fourth down. 4th down and 9. So field goal attempt, or at least the looks of it. Peabody 3 Milan 0 in the first. 14-0 Adamsville over Gibson County. All right, this would be a 43-yard field goal. It wouldn't surprise me if this was a fake. He didn't look real strong in those extra point. And, looks like they moved the ball a little bit, so now it will be a 40-yard field goal attempt from the ball be placed down to 30. Snap, hold, kick, up, and this one actually is good. So he misses 2 extra points, but then hits a 40-yard field goal. And that was the last play of the first half. So at the end of 2 quarters of play, Covington 17, Ripley 0. Ripley will get the ball to start the second half. And we will take a break and be back to bring you the second half live right after the halftime. We are back here in Covington as the Ripley Tigers will receive the second half kickoff, but they are trailing 17-0. So the Tigers definitely need to make something happen on this opening drive. A score, surprising score to me, of interest, Crockett County at the half, 17, Haywood 7. Union City 41, Humboldt 6. That was in the second. South Fulton 28, Hall 0. That was in the second. Reston 28-6 over Gleason. TCA over TRA 42-0 at the half. Lexington 10, Chester County 7. Dyersburg 44-0 over McNary with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. That's about all the scores. Henry County 31, Ridgeway 0. That was in the second. All right, we're getting close to kickoff time. Both teams are on their respective sidelines. Again, Ripley will receive the second half kickoff, needing to put some points on the board. Again, this week and next week will pretty much determine the seeding between Dyersburg, Ripley, Covington, and Martin Westview as far as who's going to get to host the game at home and who will be traveling. We are guaranteed a spot in the playoffs. We just don't know exactly where that spot will be yet. So a lot of it will be decided tonight, and what's not decided tonight will be decided next Friday night. Next Friday night, Covington and Martin Westview play. That'll be a huge game, as well as Ripley taking on Dyersburg. Number 63, we've had didn't have his number for a couple of games. He wasn't on our other roster, but they had changed his number. His name is Jonathan Holcomb, and he's a sophomore. All right, here we go. We've got it teed up, ready for the second half kickoff. And here's the kick, and it's kick is going to be taken at about the 18. He mishandles the ball, drops it again, and picks it up. And I think Ripley retains possession. Boy, that was scary there. I think we mishandled it twice. And we do get the ball, maintain it at about the 24-yard line, 23-yard line. So that's where Tigers will go to work. First down and 10 from their own 23-yard line, trailing Covington 17-0. This will be the first offensive play of the second half. Ripley's going to have DeLoach split wide to the right. Also Hearn. I believe that, so we've got 2 split wide to the left. That's Hurdle. He's in motion. And this quarterback's going to take it himself and run off the left side. And doesn't get much. If he gains a yard, he'll be lucky. And they're going to spot the ball at the 35. So he did pick up by the way, shows he picked up about 2 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 8. This time Ripley sends 3 wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Smith takes a snap, drops straight back, looking down the middle. He's got time. He's going to pull it down and run it. He's got he slides forward, or slides and falls down at about the 28-yard line. Pickup of a couple more. Ball will be at the 28-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Tigers. Need to hold on to the ball. Keep Covington's offense off the field. 3 wide to the right, the short side of the field. 1 wide to the left for the Tigers. 3rd and 5. Smith takes a snap, drops straight back, and he's going to throw it out to Barbie. It's complete for the 1st down as he gets out to the 45-yard line. That's a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger 1st down. So the ball will be spotted, nose of it, right at the 45-yard line. Great play, good pass, good catch by the Tigers. Super D split wide to the right, 3 wide to the left. Smith takes a snap. It's a little swing pass, and he finally comes down with it, but he had to look up and mishandle the ball to the point where he lost probably a yard on the play, maybe 2. So he does lose 2 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 12. Big O comes in the ball game. Omarion Pitts lined up in the backfield. 3 wide left, 1 to the right. Big O's there blocking, looking to throw, looking flushed out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw into the flat. And it is incomplete. So it'll bring up 3rd and 12 for the Tigers. It was fought for over there between Ripley and the defensive player. I think that was Hearn in on the scruffle for the ball. But it's going to be 3rd and 12 for the Tigers. It'll be 3 wide to the left, 1 wide to the right again. Omarion Pitts lined up in the backfield. He's there to block, drop straight back. Got a man long downfield. He's going to overthrow, and it's picked off. And he's crossed the 30, the 35, the 40. The 45 is where Hearn will bring him down. A great open field tackle there by Hearn. So Ripley with a turnover. That's a Ripley Parts and Tire turnover. So Covington back in business now. They'll have the ball at their own 45, 1st down and 10. Ball was just a little overthrown, and Hearn was in a good position, but it was thrown a little bit over his head, and safety back behind him was able to pick it up and return it back for about 15 yards. 1st down and 10, wide left, wing left for the Chargers. Quarterback hands it to the running back, going right off left tackle, pickup of about 3. It'll be 2nd down 7. Ball advances up to the 49-yard line. Right at the 49-yard line, center of the field. 1 wide left for the Chargers, wing left. Quarterback going to hand it to the dive man, going right up the gut. And he, with his forward progress, looks like he may pick up a yard and a half. So it'll be 3rd down 4 for the Chargers. Just across midfield now at the Tiger 49-yard line. .8:35 to go in the 3rd. Chargers 17, Tigers 0. 3rd and 5 for the Chargers. Big 3rd down play for the Tigers. They hand the ball to running back going off right tackle, and he gets the first down and stays on his feet down to the 40-yard line. So he needed 4 or 5, and he picked up 8 or 9. That'll move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Chargers at the Tiger 40-yard line. Chargers will spin one wide to the left. Wing will be to the left. Split backfield. Quarterback under center. Takes a snap. Hands it to the running back going off left tackle. Hit and stopped there by Omarion Pitts. And also for the Tigers, number 57, Morgan Simpson. Pickup of about 2 yards. It'll be 2nd down 8. Chargers break the huddle. They'll send one wide to the right. Wing will be to the right. Quarterback takes a snap. He's going to pass. He's looking. Got a man in the flat. And he overthrows him, and it falls incomplete. But had he caught it, Super D was right there and on his back. And it does fall incomplete. So now it'll bring up 3rd down and 8. Again, can't talk enough about how nice this field is and the track. And hopefully we get something like that going in Ripley. Lord knows we need it. The kids deserve it. That's the main thing. And I believe we can get more kids out playing football. And, you know, we've won some state championships in track, and we don't even have a regulation track. Covington up to the line. Wide left, wing left. The toss sweep coming this way. He cuts it back up across the middle and gets across the 35 to about the 33-yard line, where it's going to bring up 4th down and about 3. No doubt, looks like Covington's going to go for it. Of course, if Ripley gets a new football stadium, Halls gets, I believe it's a new baseball field and a new softball field on campus, which they don't have, and they need and deserve just as much as Ripley does. So hopefully we can get some things like that going in the hopefully not too distant future, because we've been talking about this for about 8 or 9 years. Covington up to the line. Wide left, wing right. Quarterback steps back, looking to the sideline to get the call. And they're going to call a timeout. And with their timeout, we'll take it with them and be back in 30-second down and 3 for the Chargers. They have the ball at the Tiger 33-yard line. Again, 4th and 3. Chargers on top of the Tigers, 17-0. .6:29 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Chargers take a timeout, and they talk about this 4th down play. We don't want to give them 5 automatically and give them an automatic 1st down, so hold tight defense. Nobody wide this time. Everybody in tight. And it's a soft sweep coming to the near side of the field. And he is hit right at the 30-yard line. That's right where he needed to be. And it's going to be close. Coach Cruz says no good. And the referee on this side says it is. So they made that by inches. That was close. Coach Cruz he's actually having a conversation with the referee. He, to me, if it's a question, it should have been measured, but it wasn't, so here we go. 1st down and 10 for the Chargers. Ball at the Tiger 30-yard line. Wide out left. Wing to the right. Split backfield. Quarterback under center. Takes a snap. Hand it to the dive man, going right up the middle. And he's got some tough sledding. They blew him. His forward progress stopped at the 20, looked like the 26-yard line, so it'll be a pickup of 4. It'll be 2nd down 6. And a flag comes out. I'm not sure what that is. It looks like it's going to be against the Chargers. These Ripley players think it will be. But there is laundry on the field. Still waiting for a signal from the referee. But Chargers look like they're going to be backing up, and Ripley's going to be walking forward. It was a dead ball foul because it wasn't a play underway when the flag came out. Must have been something said. Still waiting on an explanation. The referee needs to come over and tell us what's going on. And I guess there's no penalty. So now the referee comes in from the far side and he's like, wait a minute, there was a flag on the play. Now they're going to back it up 5, so a 10-yard penalty, whatever it was, 15-yard penalty, whatever it was. It backs them all the way up across the 40 to the 41-yard line, where it's going to be 2nd down and 20. Okay, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Chargers. Wide out, wide to the right, wing to the right. Man in motion. And they hand the ball to the fullback going off the right side, and he breaks in the secondary. And he's going to drop down, not until he gets inside the 20-yard line. He is quick. I mean, he didn't have much of a hole, but he made the most of it. And burst into that hole for a big first down for the Chargers. Now they've got the ball 1st down and 10 in the red zone. Looks like the ball is right at the 19-yard line. Obviously need a big stand here by the Ripley Tigers. I want to thank everybody that came out. It was a huge crowd tonight that came over for Ripley, and thank everybody that listens and watches all the games and supports the Ripley Tigers. Thank you all for everything that you do. Chargers to the line, wide right, wing left. Quarterback wants to throw, looking to his left. Now he's flipped up, like now he's going to pull it down and run. Now he's going to throw it, and it's complete. And he's going to go into the end zone. Number 3. He dumped it off about 3 yards in front of him. Number 3, he's one of them wide-bodied kids. And once he got his momentum going forward, he was hard to stop. So with 4:27 to go in the 3rd quarter, the score is now 23-0. Covington over Ripley. Ripley's got to get busy. Again, the Tigers haven't made it to the playoffs. And, we always try to feed the team on the Thursday before the playoff games. So somebody will probably be around, and we'll be asking for help if anybody feels like to feed the Tigers. And this extra point is blocked. And so it is no good. So the score remains 23-0. Ripley get the ball back, but they have an injured player on the field. He's rolling around like he's in a good bit of pain. I don't know who he is, but he's on the field, and we don't want any from any side to get hurt. That is, is that the Loach? And the Covington trainers come out, as well as the Ripley coach. And I'm thinking and wishfully thinking so that it is a cramp. Looks like I'm not sure. Can't tell. Looks like they're looking at his leg, but can't tell if it's a cramp or if they're just checking to see what as I was saying before, we always go around and try to anybody who would like to help feed the Tigers before they get ready to play their playoff game. Of course, we'll play in Dyersburg next week and then the following week. So the Loach he's going to run and hop off the field. And if there's any way he can be back on that field, I guarantee you he will be. He's hopping around. Looks like he's ready to go back now. He'll have to come out for a play, I believe. He's bouncing around. It looks like it fired him up, energized him. Well, hopefully that's contagious. So if you can find it in your heart and in your pocketbook to help with the Feed the Tigers on the Thursday before the first playoff game, which will be 2 weeks from last night, contact one of the Booster Club members or somebody will probably be around to ask if you would like to help. If you can, that's great. If you can't, totally understandable. Here we go. The Chargers kickoff. It's going to be taken at the 22-yard line by Barbie. He starts outside, breaks it back to the middle, and runs into a crowd at about the 34-yard line. So Ripley will have the ball again, trailing 23-0 with 4:19 to go in the third quarter. Ripley desperately needs to put some points up. Ripley's offense comes back onto the field. And there's DeLoach. He comes back out as well. He must have been a cramp. And he was in quite a bit of pain. And if you've had those, you know how painful they can be. 2 wide to either side for the Tigers. Smith takes a snap, looking throw, looks to his left. Looking. Now he's going to be flushed out of the pocket, still looking. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, still going to run, trying to get outside, trying to do something. Now he crosses the line of scrimmage and picks up a nice gain. Looks like he's going to step out of bounds. Before I thought that from where they're marking him as a flag against Ripley as well. And I think that was a hold. So it's all going to be for Neal anyway. Yep, holding against Ripley. So we would have picked up about 5-6 yards on the play. Instead, we're going to go back 10 yards. Can't make those kind of mistakes and beat a good team. But it's not all over yet. The Crockett game, Ripley was down 21-0 at halftime and came back and made it 21-14. And I think with about 2 minutes to go, the score was 29-21. So Ripley's capable. We just got to do it. All right, here we go. 2 wide to either side. Smith drops straight back, looking to throw, looking to his left, now looking to his right, look back to his left. Now he's got a man over the middle of the field. It's Hurdle, and it's broken up at the last second. And Hurdle really believes it was a pass interference. And it would have been at about the 40-yard line. It would have been about a 35, 40-yard completion had we come down with it, but we didn't. So it's going to make it still 2nd and 20. And like I said, that was about a 35-yard, a good 30, 35-yard completion. And it was there. It was just in a little bit of traffic, had a few too many hands on it, and it falls to the ground. Ripley this time appears will have 2 wide to the right, 2 wide to the left. It's going to be Barbie and Hurdle to the left. It's going to be Hearn and Deluxe to the right. And a timeout called by Ripley. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back right after this. 3:51 to go in the third quarter. Covington 23, Ripley 0. It's going to be 2nd and 20 for the Tigers after a ball falls incomplete for about 40 yards. So the Tigers this time will have 3 wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. It's going to be Barbie, Hearn, and Hurdle to the left, and Deloach to the right. There's a snap, looking to throw. Smith looking, flushed out of the pocket. Now he's going to pull it down and run it. He breaks a couple of tackles and gets across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. It's still going to make it about 3rd down and about 14. And about 12, looks like. 3rd down and 12. Big 3rd down play for the Tigers. They need to get something going. Keep the ball out of the hands of the offense of the Covington Chargers. Ripley's capable of scoring quickly, and that's what we need to do. 2 wide to either side. Smith takes a snap, looking to throw, looks to his left. Looking, throws it complete to Barbie. He crosses the 35 to the 36, but it's still going to make it 4th down and about 8. So watching the sideline to see if the punt team's coming in. So far, I didn't see them. Now I do see the punt team coming in. So Ripley to punt the ball away. Looks like now by the sticks it's 4th down and 7. 1 man back deep for the Chargers. He's going to stand about his 25-yard line. Hearn to punt the ball away for the Tigers. Deloach, the deep snapper. There's a good snap, good protection, a good punt by Hearn, and it's going to hit, and it kind of kicks sideways. The ball will be at about the 37-yard line, so the Chargers will have it 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line, leading the Tigers 23-0 with 2:11 to go in the third quarter. All right, the Chargers up to the line. One wide to the left. Hand the ball to the running back going off the right side. And he pushes forward and fights and finally brought down after about a 9, maybe 10-yard pickup. They do say it's enough for a first down. They'll move the sticks, so a 10-yard pickup. And again, to me, I'm sitting straight across from it. To me, it looked like another one of those that maybe should have been measured, but not measured, so it's a first down. Chargers up to the line. Man in motion. Wide out to the right. Hand the ball to running back. Going right up the gut for the first down. And he's not going to be stopped. He's going to go into the end zone off of about a 52 or 3-yard run to make the score now 29-0. Ripley is a lot better team than what this game is showing. Now, Covington's a really good team, not taking anything away from them, but Ripley's better than this. Of course, we'll be in the playoffs. They'll be in the playoffs, as well as Martin Westview, and so any game that we lose, we'll definitely be looking for revenge in the playoffs. And the extra point is good. So with 1:23 to go, the score is Covington 30, Ripley 0. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back with the kickoff right after this. We are ready for the Charger kickoff. The Tigers have got to get some offense going. They're capable of scoring quick, but we got to start scoring, period. As we are just a minute and 23 seconds away from going into the fourth quarter. So time becoming a major factor for the Tigers, as well as offense, or I guess you could say defense, both actually. All right, here we go. Here's the kick. It's a short kick, going to be taken at the 20, across the 25, the 30, and hit at about the 31 or 2-yard line. The flag comes out as well. Hopefully that'll be against the Chargers, and we'll have a little bit better field position. I haven't seen an indication yet. We've got an injured player as well. I think the ball is supposed to be, it's going to be a block in the back against Ripley. So we should have had the ball at the 34. That would probably back us up 10. I'm trying to see, it looks like it's a cramp also. Haven't gotten the number of that player yet. Again, I'm on the opposite side from the camera, so I'm sure you can probably see who it is and probably see a lot of things from that angle. I can't see. That's Barbie, it looks like. But be sure to watch Tiger TV for the replay, and you can see all the action as always. As always, I want to thank Steve Vickery, Brad Vickery, and Mark Jones for all the video that you get from Tiger TV. All right, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers, but the ball will be back at the 23-yard line. 3 wide right, 1 wide to the left. Looking to throw. Steps up, now he's throwing long downfield. He's got a man, and there we go, pass interference. And I think Hurdle, I believe he would have caught the ball, at least would have been in position to catch it, but it was interfered with by the defense. So that should give the Tigers a first down and move the ball out close to the 35. Just make sure that's right. And again, that will give the Tigers a first down. It's a 15-yard penalty, so it moves it out to the 39-yard line. So first down for the Tigers. That injury timeout brought to you by Star Physical Therapy. Farm Bureau Insurance for the first downs. Banker Ripley for the coin toss. The penalties, Clint Conrad. And turnovers, Ripley Parts and Tire. Here's the Ripley Tigers. They snap the ball. Quarterback looking. He's throwing another long one downfield. And that should have been another pass interference, I thought. I mean, he just blocked him, and he was pushing, trying to get by him. At any rate, it looks like no flag and an incomplete pass. So it'll bring up second down and 10. Coach Cruz a little animated over there, not real happy with some of the calls or lack of calls. But it'll bring up second down, 10 for the Tigers. Again, thanks everyone all year long that support the Ripley High School Tiger football team, cheerleaders, band, in all sports all around, basketball, baseball, softball, volleyball, soccer. All right, that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So at the end of 3, the score is Covington 30, Ripley 0. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and be back with the fourth quarter right after this. First play of the fourth quarter. Covington has the ball. Second down and 10 from their own 39-yard line. Or check that, Ripley has the ball. Second down and 10. 5 to the left, 1 to the right. 1 running back to the quarterback's right. Smith takes a snap, looking to throw, drops straight back, looking, flushed out of the pocket. Now he throws. He's got a man, and it's incomplete. Good pass. Well defended by the Chargers as well. It was intended for Hurdle down around the 30-yard line. And he got a hand on it, but so did one of the Chargers. Just really tight coverage. Not much that Ripley could do about that. It was a good pass, good route, just a little bit tighter coverage. All right, it'll be 3rd and 10 for Ripley now. Same formation, 3 wide left, 1 to the right. Smith drops straight back, looking to his left. Now he's chased out of the pocket. Now he's going to run to his right. Got a lot of room in front of him. Let's see if he can get the first down. He does. He crosses the 50 and the 45. And let's see, he's going to be down inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. That's a Farm Bureau Insurance for Ripley Tiger. First down. Ripley on the move. Everybody dropped back and pass and just left a big wide open gap in the middle, and Smith was smart enough to take advantage of that. Here's a snap, looking to throw again, looking to his left. He's going to throw complete to Hurdle at the 40-yard line. They're going to say it at the 41. And so it'll be about a 4-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Tigers. Two wide to either side. Smith takes a snap, looking to throw, drops straight back, looking, going to throw over the middle. Oh, in and out of the hands of Hearn, and he was down around the 20-yard line. And it was there, just wasn't, just couldn't secure it. Hearn doesn't miss many of them, but that was one that I know he wished he had back. At any rate, it's going to make it 3rd and 6 for the Tigers at the Charger 41-yard line. 3 wide right, 1 to the left. Big 3rd down play. Drop straight back, looking to throw. Great with pass coverage and a good pass downfield. Was it intercepted? No, it falls incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but it would have been right at the 1 or 2 yard line. So that puts Ripley in a 4th down situation. And I think Coach Cruz is going to go for it. You're in the 4th quarter, down by 30, got to do something. 3 wide to the right. 1 wide to the left. Just drop straight back, looking to throw. Looking. Got time. He's going to throw it. He's throwing that one too, but it falls incomplete, so the ball will go over on downs. So Covington will take over. Miscommunication there. I'm not sure if the receiver ran the wrong route or the quarterback threw to the wrong route, but end result is an incompletion on that fourth down play, so the ball goes over. Covington will have it now at their own 41-yard line, 1st and 10, leading the Tigers 30-0 with 8:24 to go in this ball game. Again, next Friday night, the Tigers will travel to Dyersburg to take on the Trojans. That's just as big a game as this one, so we need everybody to come out and help support the Tigers next Friday night. Wide right, wing right, and a misdirection going back to the other way and hit right at the line of scrimmage, but he pushes forward. He was actually hit about a yard behind. He pushes forward for about a yard and a half. We'll call it 2 to make it 2nd down 8. And next week, it is Thursday night. Gotta give a shout out to Jason for running the board back at the station, and for Mickey. Everybody knows what all she does there, but one of the things she does do is she just reminded me that the game next week is Thursday night, not Friday night. So be sure to keep that in mind. Thursday night game next week. Man in motion for the Chargers. And misdirection play, handing back the other way. Pick up of a couple. It's going to bring up 3rd and around 5. So remember, next Thursday night, not Friday night, every team has to play one game on Thursday night, and this is our and Dyersburg's game to play on Thursday night. Happens to be the last game of the season. So you can go out and watch the Tigers play Thursday night and go see somebody else Friday night if you like. Wide left, wing left. Wing in motion. Toss sweep coming this way. And he number 55, one of the Simpsons, grabs him by the shirt and just will not let go. And he's going to be stopped short of the first, but it's going to be 4th down and just about a couple. That was Logan Simpson on the tackle. And it looks like it's going to be 4th down and about a yard. About 2 yards. About 2 yards from it. You got to go from the 49 to the 49. Big play. Let's go Tigers. And the ball running back going off left side. He's got the 1st down. He's still on his feet, twisting and turning, and stacked up and forward progress finally stopped, but not until he crosses the 45 down to the 44-yard line, where that will move the chains. It'll be 1st down and 10, Covington. So again, let's have everybody that possibly can come out and support the Tigers in Dyersburg next Thursday night. Last game of the regular season. Wide left, wing right. Hand off to the fullback going right up the gut. And he burst into the secondary and picks up another 1st down inside the 35 to the 38-yard line. 5:09 to go in the game. Covington obviously not in any hurry. Time is on their side. Wide left, wing right. And going off right tackle. He's in the side linebacker level. And finally brought down inside the 20. Yeah, inside the 20. That's enough for a 1st down. Number 80, I believe, Robert Nelson on the tackle. So the Chargers knocking at the door from the 19-yard line. .418 on the clock. Wide right, wing left. Trying to go off. He goes off left tackle. He's going to break into the secondary and into the end zone. I'd say one thing I did notice on that play was Hurdle had his, he did a good job blocking because he had his man, he had pancaked him. But nevertheless, Ripley falls behind now by a score of 36-0 with 3:45, and we are unfortunately in a running clock situation now as we are over 35 points. So Ripley will be lucky to get the ball and maybe have a series. And let's see, Covington trying to go for the two-point conversion, or actually I think it was just a bad snap. And he's chased back to about his 25-yard line. Tries to throw it in the end zone. It falls incomplete with 3:19 and the clock still continuing to run. Now we've had 2 or 3 teams in the mercy rule in the last month. And I've said we've been on the other side of that, and hoping we wouldn't be back on that side again, but we are. So we've got to. We know what we got to work on next week, and it's pretty much everything. Defense has got to do better because we give up too many points, and offense obviously didn't score any yet. So got a work cut out for us, but we're still in the playoffs either way, and you never know when you get in the playoffs what can happen. I've seen. As a matter of fact, several years ago, Ripley got beat by O'Brien by, can't remember, maybe a couple touchdowns the last game of the season, and turned around and played them in the first round of the playoffs, and Ripley won by like 25. So never know. It's reading they play the games. So Covington to kick the ball off. Now we'll go from one turf field here in Covington this week to another turf field in Dyersburg next week. That's one thing. I'm not sure how much of a difference it makes, but our kids don't get to practice on turf and don't get to play on it a lot, but now the last 2 games we are playing. And here's a kickoff, and it's going to be taken by Barbie at the 25, and he's out to the 30, and that's where he's going to be stopped at 31. And one of the Ripley players is down. So the clock is down to 1:44, and there's an official timeout. Stops at 1:41. The Covington trainer is out to check on the Ripley player. Hopefully he's okay. We're getting down. When you get down to the playoffs, the injuries are a big part of what of what you have to play with when you get to the end of the season. Sometimes you've got a lot of injured players. Sometimes the other team does. Sometimes both of you do. It's a next man up scenario. And this is obviously a timeout, an injury timeout brought to you by Star Physical Therapy. Unfortunately, so far, we haven't got to announce the touchdowns brought to tonight by Bank Tennessee, but we have gotten a bunch of them. We've got a bunch of them in the last few games, so we appreciate all the people that support the Ripley Tigers, including Ripley Parts and Tire, for the turnovers, penalties, Clint Conrad, Southern Roofing and Renovation in Dyersburg, injury timeout, Star Physical Therapy, touchdowns, Bank Tennessee, first downs, Farm Bureau Insurance, and Bank of Ripley, the coin toss. And we still have the injured player down. We'll hold it here just to see, because once they blow it back into play, the clock probably won't stop again. And so he's able to get up, and hopefully he'll be able to leave under his own power. Still can't see his number yet. Now I can see it looks like it's number 71 for the Tigers. And 71 or 74. 74 for the Tigers is Hunter Kraut. He's a junior. So he leaves under his own power. Glad to see that. Don't want to add injury to insult, I guess. We've already not going to win this game, so we definitely want to come out of it as healthy as possible. So it will be 1st and 10. Ripley will have the ball at their own 30-yard line. They'll have 3 wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Smith takes a snap, rolls to his right, looking to throw, and he pulls it down. trying to run it himself, and he's going to be caught in the backfield. Inside the 30, he's going to lose about 5 yards. And his helmet came off as well. So he will have to come out for a play. Smith will have to come out for a play. I'm guessing Hearn will be in at quarterback unless they snap it directly to Omarion. I don't see him out there. So Hearn, very capable at quarterback. He played quarterback over half the year last year, so in good hands with him. Ripley has 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. 50 seconds to go in the game. They hand the ball to running back coming this way, starts inside, breaks it back outside, now back inside and tackled right about the 29-yard line. And if Ripley gets one more play off, that will be it. So again, thank you to everybody that supported the Tigers so far this year. The Tigers were 6-2 coming in. They'll be 6-3, which is still a good record. One of the best records we've had in a long time at Ripley. So don't give up. Get down on the Tigers. They're still young, and they still got a lot of ball left in them. Last play of the game coming up with 20 seconds on the clock. Smith drops straight back, wanting to throw. Looking. Going to throw long over the middle of the field, and it falls incomplete, but that is going to be the last play of the game. So here from Covington, the Chargers beat the Tigers tonight by the score of 36-0. And Chargers will go to 7-2 on the year. Ripley will fall to 6-3. Again, next Thursday night, the Ripley Tigers will be in Dyersburg to take on the Trojans of Dyersburg. So make your plans now to be there and help support the Ripley High School Tigers. And that's going to do it here from Covington, Tennessee. The final score, Ripley 0, Covington 36. Everybody have a great weekend. Good night, and God bless.